You're watching a Highwire Media podcast. Get Out, directed by Jordan Peele, premiered in 2017 to critical acclaim and widespread public fascination. At its surface, Get Out is a horror thriller about an African-American man visiting his white girlfriend's family, only to encounter a sinister, racially charged plot. But beneath this chilling storyline lies a nuanced exploration of racism, cultural appropriation, and a black experience in America. The movie's genius lies in its ability to mix horror with social satire, making it a landmark film in both genres. In tonight's episode, we'll explore the various elements that make Get Out a standout piece of cinema, diving into its plot, themes, characters, and impact on the cultural landscape. The movie begins with Chris Washington, played by Daniel Kaluuya, apologies for butchering his name, a talented young black photographer preparing for a weekend trip with his girlfriend, Rose Armitage, played by Allison Williams. Chris is apprehensive about meeting Rose's parents for the first time as they are unaware of his race. Rose assures him that her family is liberal and open-minded, but as the couple arrives in the Armitage estate, Chris senses an unsettling atmosphere. On arrival, Chris meets Rose's parents, Dean, played by Bradley Whitford, and Missy, played by Catherine Kinnear, and her brother Jeremy, played by Caleb Landry Jones. Although Dean tries to appear welcoming, his clumsy attempts at being racially inclusive comes off as patronizing. Missy, a hypnotherapist, offers to help Chris quit smoking through hypnosis, which leads to one of the movie's most terrifying and symbolic sequences, the Sunken Place. In this state, Chris is unable to move or speak, symbolizing the experience of being silenced and oppressed. As Chris becomes increasingly uncomfortable, he notices strange behavior from the black housekeeper, Georgina. Groundskeeper Walter. His suspicion heightens after he encounters Logan King, another black man at a family gathering who also exhibits bizarre behavior. Chris attempts to take a photo of Logan, and when the flash goes off, Logan snaps out of his trance, warning Chris to get out. Chris soon discovers that the family are involved in a chilling scheme to transplant the consciousness of their wealthy, aging white friends into the bodies of black people, whom they perceive as physically superior. The film culminates in a tense and violent confrontation as Chris fights to escape the family's estate and return to freedom. Get Out is layered with themes that resonate deeply with contemporary social issues. These themes add complexity to the horror, elevating it beyond mere scares to something much more thought-provoking. The film's central theme is racism, particularly the insidious nature of liberal racism. Unlike overt bigotry, the family embody a more covert form of racism, often found among individuals who claim to be progressive but still harbor unconscious biases. Dean's comments about how he would have voted for Obama a third time reflect this liberal hypocrisy as he attempts to bond with Chris in a way that is patronizing rather than empathetic. The family's plot also serves as a metaphor for cultural appropriation. By literally trying to inhabit black bodies, the white characters in the film represent a culture that takes what it admires from black people while disregarding their humanity. The black bodies are seen as objects to be possessed rather than as people with their own agency, reflecting how black culture is often commodified in real life. The Sunken Place is one of the most iconic symbols in the film, representing the experience of being marginalized in silence. When Chris is hypnotized and sent to the Sunken Place, he is trapped in a powerless state, unable to express himself or fight back. Peele has explained that the Sunken Place symbolizes the systemic oppression that keeps black people voiceless and invisible in society. It's a terrifying depiction of the helplessness that comes with racial oppression, where one's voice is stripped away, leaving only silent despair. Throughout the film, Chris encounters various microaggressions, from Dean's well-meaning but awkward comments to Rose's family friends' fetishistic interest in his physicality. These moments highlight the casual racism that black individuals often experience even in supposedly friendly or safe environments. While these remarks might seem minor on the surface, they contribute to an overall feeling of being dehumanized and objectified, as the family's ultimate view Chris not as a person but as a vessel for their own desires. The strength of Get Out lies in its well-developed characters, each of whom contributes to the film's unsettling atmosphere and thematic depth. Chris is a compelling protagonist, portrayed with depth and nuance. He is kind, intelligent, and intuitive, quickly picking up the oddities at the family's estate. Daniel's performance captures both Chris's vulnerability and his resilience, particularly in the Sunken Place scenes, where he conveys a powerful sense of terror and helplessness. Chris's journey from cautious visitor to determined survivor is a testament to his strength, and Daniel's portrayal makes the character incredibly relatable and sympathetic. Rose begins as a seemingly sportive girlfriend, but as the film progresses, her true nature is revealed. Allison Williams' performance is chilling as she seamlessly transitions from caring to coldly calculating. Rose's betrayal is one of the film's most shocking twists, as she embodies the hidden danger within liberal racism. Her initial charm and eventual cruelty reflect the duality of her character, making her an unforgettable antagonist. Dean and Missy are unsettling characters, embodying the idea that evil can hide behind a friendly smile. Whitford's portrayal of Dean as a bumbling yet sinister figure is both disturbing and darkly humorous. Catherine's Missy, with her calm and clinical demeanor, add an extra layer of menace, particularly in the hypnosis scenes. Together, they represent the dangerous paternalistic racism that masks itself as friendliness and acceptance. Rod, Chris's best friend, provides much needed comic relief in the film. As a TSA agent, he is also the only character outside of the family's estate who recognizes the danger Chris is in. Rod's humor and loyalty offers a contrast to the horror, and his eventual role in rescuing Chris adds a sense of catharsis to the film. Performance brings levity without detracting from the film's tension, making Rod an essential and beloved character. Peele employs a variety of cinematic techniques to build tension and underscore the film's themes. The use of color is particularly striking in Get Out. The family's estate is filled with muted tones, giving it a cold and sterile feel. In contrast, the flash of Chris's camera, which ultimately breaks the hypnotic trance, symbolizes enlightenment and truth. The recurring motif of eyes and vision from Chris's photography to the hypnosis scenes emphasize the importance of seeing through deception and confronting uncomfortable truths. The film's sound design is also notable, particularly in the hypnotism scenes where the clinking of Missy's spoon against the teacup creates a chilling sense of dread. The soundtrack, featuring a mix of unsettling strings and African American spirituals, adds to the film's eerie atmosphere. The opening song translates to "Listen to the Ancestors," hinting at the film's themes of heritage and collective trauma. Peele skillfully builds suspense through pacing and framing, often using wide shots to make Chris appear isolated and vulnerable. Horror in Get Out is not reliant on jump scares, but rather on a growing sense of dread. By keeping the audience in a constant state of unease, Peele creates a psychological horror that lingers long after the credits roll. Get Out was groundbreaking not only for its context, but also for its impact on the film industry and society. With a modest budget, the film became a box office hit, growing over $255 million globally. It received critical acclaim, winning numerous awards, including the Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay, making Peele the first black writer to win the award. Get Out has been credited with ushering in a new wave of socially conscious horror films. Its success proved that horror could be a powerful medium for exploring real-world issues, inspiring other filmmakers to tackle topics like racism, sexism, economic inequality within the genre. Peele's work has set a new standard for horror, where the scares are not just about supernatural entities, but also about societal evils. The film sparked important conversations about race, with many viewers recognizing the subtle forms of racism depicted in the movie. By presenting these issues through the lens of horror, Peele made the topic accessible to a broader audience, encouraging viewers to reflect on their own biases. Get Out also highlighted the need for more diverse voices in Hollywood, both in front of and behind the camera. Get Out is a masterful blend of horror, satire, and social commentary. Jordan Peele's directorial debut not only redefined the horror genre, but also provided a sharp critique of race relations in America. Through its complex characters, symbolic imagery, and innovative storytelling, the film invites viewers to confront uncomfortable truths about prejudice and cultural appropriation. In the years since its release, Get Out has become a cultural touchstone, influencing both the horror genre and the broader cultural discourse on race. Its success has paved the way for more stories that challenge societal norms and explore the complexities of identity and oppression. For anyone interested in horror, social issues, or simply a great piece of cinema, Get Out is a must-watch that offers both thrills and thought-provoking insights. So with that, I'm going to give this film, I don't want to give it a 5 out of 5 because, I don't think any film is perfect, but I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. It's really good, but I don't think it's perfect. With that, We hope you liked our Frights and Flicks review of Get Out. Of course, if you want to support the channel, you can buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com. Your money goes directly into this channel, helps us grow our channel, upgrade our equipment, bring new hosts, be able to pay them, because we personally believe that if we bring in a new host, we should be able to pay them. And of course, take this show on the road. We'd love to be able to feature episodes from film releases or film premieres, other film events across the country, and possibly even from past filming locations. And your support can help make that happen. Of course, give us a thumbs up if you like our video, hit that subscribe button down below, and let us know your thoughts on Get Out and what you thought of the film. Of course, as always, you can find us on all major podcast platforms, and thank you so much for watching and listening, and you can catch us next time on Frights and Flicks. We'll see you later. Thanks for stopping by.